all you have to do is play the 8-number WizNet, which is 4 tickets. To run that test, it takes over 5 hours, and I showed you the result, but I want to show you something in real time. And to be able to do that, I'm going to do the 48-number WizNet, which is the equivalent of 10,626 4-number tickets. This is only going to take about 10 minutes, and you're going to be able to see the entire thing. Okay, these are the numbers that were just drawn. We know that there was no jackpot winner, and I think there's 3 second prize winners. These are the 48 numbers I'm going to work with, and these were just randomly picked, just like if you played with your own favorite numbers, taking the first important number, the second most important number in your list of important numbers, which could be birthdays, whatever, it doesn't make any difference. The first thing that's going to happen is the net that's going to be created. And this is done in pairs, 2 sets of pairs. Okay, so if you play them on an individual basis, it would be 12,271,512. The WizNet is 2,024. This is the highest WizNet. The only people that would ever play this is like a large office pool or so. And this organizes it in such a way that you don't have any repeats. This is the one that you should use if you're an individual player, and if you're playing more than 1 ticket, this requires 4 tickets. If you're playing 10 tickets, this is the other one, and so on and so on. You should end up with similar results based on this here, which is, this is done in millions. Okay, so this is 0 to 2.5 million, 2.5 to 5 million, 5 to 7.5 million, all the way up to 20 million tickets. This draw should have around I'm estimating around 20 million tickets, but I really don't know. There's already 3 draws that have taken place, and there's no winner. So let's say that there was 20 million tickets, 3 draws. There's over 60 million tickets that have been played against this without a winner. Okay, so we're going to see what's going to happen here by using the WizNet method. Okay, so now we're starting to search for combinations. I'm not looking for the smaller prizes. I'm only looking for the 2 large prizes, second prize and the jackpot. And as we know, in a normal play, there's only 1 jackpot combination, but there's 6 second prize combinations. So in any draw, you should be picking up second prize winners, especially with the numbers of tickets that are being bought. But I noticed, and you probably noticed yourself, there's many draws that there's no second prize winners, which is very strange. I'm putting it to that the numbers that are played are not organized. Okay, and this WizNet was something that I did a long time ago. I didn't realize the power that it had until I developed this computer program to test it. This almost looks like a Mission Impossible decoder for a digital lock. Okay, and it's looking at all the possibilities. It's checking through numbers. It's posting the matches here, and when it hits 2 in one section, 2 in another section, and 2, 2, it would be a jackpot. If there's 1 in a bonus, it will be a second prize. Okay, and it can be in any one of these sets because it takes 3 pairs to equal 1 ticket. Okay, so let's see what happens. I think in this draw, there's 3 second prize winners. Now, mind you, we could go through this whole thing, and if the logic of random numbers plays, there could be possibilities that there would be absolutely no winners. But I've tested this so many times, and I haven't found that to be the case. Okay, we're already at 2.5 million tickets, and we still don't have a winner. You can see the 2.5 million right here. Okay, let's see, are we at 2.5? Yeah, somewhere around 2.5. Okay, these are the number of WizNets that are played. Each WizNet is equivalent to 2,000 some odd tickets. Let's see, what is it? 2,024 tickets. If you're curious, these are the matches here. If there's 3 in here, that means that's a jackpot. If there's 2 here and 2 in here, which is 1 single and a bonus, that's going to be a second prize. This is the formula that's used to be able to, for the computer program to be able to calculate if we have a winner. When there's going to be a winner, the computer will stop for around 15 seconds so that you can observe the situation. Okay, here we have our first second prize winner. You can see here's a single plus a bonus, 2 in one set, and 2 in another set. Second prize happened after 4,653,000 tickets. Which is double the odds. The odds that they post is 2,330,636. Okay, and if you took those odds, that means that you should have 6 in every 14 million. But we know that many times there's over 20 million tickets being bought, and there's no winner of the second prize. So we've got our first one. You can see it posted here. This happened anywhere in between 2.5 million and 5 million, okay? And you can see it's 4,600,000, so it's somewhere around here. We got our first winner. This computer program, I spent about 4 days writing it, but then over 2.5 weeks dressing it up so that you can sort of follow what's happening, and it's doing all of the artwork in here, breaking it up into pairs so you understand this is the net, deciding that I needed this bar in here to you can sort of see where the wins are taking place, because I'm sure that the Lotto Corporation will take a look at this and say these things shouldn't really be happening. If you use your own favorite numbers and buy individual tickets, you should be able to come up with the same results. True, not true, I don't know. These are the results using the WizNet method, which is organizing 8 numbers into 4 tickets. You can see in here, this is a 48 number WizNet. 48 numbers is every single number except for 1. Okay, because this all has to be done in even numbers. Okay. We have our second prize win at 3 million in here. Here's our double. Here's our single and bonus, and here's our double. Okay, so this one, and this one would make 1 ticket. And that's why you have a second prize win. That second prize actually took place at around 7,600,000, but it shows it here in the 10 million because this bar here is showing you the win from 7.5 million to 10 million. Okay, so it's posted by the time you would have reached 10 million, you would have already had 2 wins. Okay, but we know that it's 7 in 7 million. Every time that this test is run, it's going to produce a different result. And as I had mentioned before, I've run this test so many times until I felt confident that I should be able to present it to you. Every time that I come up with some type of theory like this, I'm always questioned by the Lotto Corporation. Even though I'm here in China, and this is for the Canadian lottery, I'm sure they remember me from way back. Anything that I've done in the past has been based on a mathematical calculation. Mathematics is very black and white. Okay, it's either I a yes or a no answer. There's no grays in between. When they post odds, and I'm going to be doing something later for casinos, let's just take a simple situation. If you took a coin and you flipped it, you should have a 50-50 chance it's going to be heads or tails. But you could flip it 9 times and it could land on tails. Okay, so even though the odds are 50-50, it doesn't always work out that way. And here it's even a worse situation because you got nearly 14 million possible combinations. Only one of them is a winner. And as people are selecting their 6 numbers, their chances of hitting that number is like 1 in 14 million, but the more people that play, there's more of a chance of hitting one of the numbers that have been selected as opposed to the number that it takes to win the prize. And I'm sure there's going to be a day when there's going to be a perfect storm and there could be like 20 winners of the jackpot. Okay, we'll see what happens. With the test that I've run, and I was rather surprised by that, I came up with 10 jackpot prize winners, which was really an unusual number. And I should mention something else. I'm not really shooting at the jackpot. I'm shooting at the second prize because I find it really strange that there's so many draws that take place and there's no second prize winner. And I thought this was the most unusual situation. So I thought if this could produce second prizes, it would be a real accomplishment. But it does a fairly good job at producing jackpots also. Is it going to produce one here? I don't know. We'll see in a moment. Okay, we passed the halfway mark. This test is only going to take 10 minutes. The other one, I've done a number of them for 4 numbers, but it takes over 5 days for the test to run. Sorry, it's not 4 numbers, it's 8 numbers, it's 4 tickets. But it takes a long time. It's like watching paint dry. So I just let it run and then I take a look at the result when it's completed. This one here you can sort of sit through and wait out the 10 minutes. I want to stress that to play this method, you only really have to buy 4 tickets using the 8-number WizNet, and you can calculate that on your own. I showed you the formula for being able to do that. To calculate a 10-number WizNet, 12-number, so on and so on. It's a little bit more complicated to calculate, but you can do it on your own. That took a long time. Okay, so that's over 6 million. Here's 2 numbers here, 2 numbers here, 1 number, and bonus. Now, see the way that second prize came up? It would have been a very simple situation for, instead of it being the green, the blue. And that's one of the reasons that there could have been so many jackpot prize winners. Here we go. We've got 1 jackpot prize winner. We've got 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. It's a jack prize. It's in 14 million. 1 in 14 million. Now, I mentioned before, I'm not aiming for the jackpot. My goal was to see if this could produce more second prizes than what players are able to produce the method that they're using now. But it does a half-decent job at getting jackpots also. Okay, in this particular draw, there was no jackpot prize winner. This one here, had they used the 4-ticket method, in other words, had all the players that were playing use the 4-ticket method, they could have had a jackpot prize. The situation is this: if let's say the people living in Toronto, if they use that method, then most of these second prizes and jackpot prizes would be showing up in Toronto as opposed to the rest of Canada. So just to summarize again, we already have 3 second prizes, which was produced in the last draw. We have 1 jackpot, which was not produced in the last draw. So we sort of beat that situation already. Not very impressive to me, but anyways, so far we beat it. Okay, you can see where we are right now. Okay, once this gets to be 9,800 and something, the test will be over. And you can see how fast it's checking through all of those possible situations. The same way that it's checking through this one here, the 48 net, it goes just as fast with the 4-number net, the 8-number net. The problem there is that there's only 4 tickets. This one here is the equivalent of 2,024 tickets. That's why it only takes 10 minutes. Whoa, another second one. Sorry, JackPot. Okay. 2 in here, 2 in here, 2 in here. And you can see where the bonus is right over here. Okay, so we got another JackPot prize winner. 5 wins in total so far. I've seen one of the third jackpot prize winner. Here, here, and here. I was mentioning before that the bonus prize is just really a matter of how your numbers were positioned for winning the jackpot. This is where your luck comes in. The luck comes in as to the way that you position the priority of your numbers before you create the net. That's where your luck is going to come into. The net itself is mathematical. It just works on a mathematical basis. And we have a 4th jackpot prize winner. Okay, that could have been a second prize winner, but it's the jackpot. Okay, jackpot, jackpot, jackpot. 222, jackpot. And you can see the odds in here was 176,000, 453,000, 2,839,000, 14,200,000. Interesting. More jackpot prize wins than second prize. And that's because this is done using random numbers, which is to simulate the way players are selecting their own numbers today. That's the closest way that I can simulate it. Oh, amazing. Another jackpot. 2, 2, and 2. And this is over 817,000 tickets. So we're already at 5 jackpot prize wins. That happened. I mean, if the one that I tested that had 10 jackpot prize wins, that would make a lot of people at the Lotto Corp stand up and pay attention to this. The interesting thing is they already had the 8-number combination, which takes 28 tickets to play, which is $84 a play. They never really told anyone that using this method could be even more second prizes and jackpots. The method that I'm recommending, or that I'm giving you an example of, I'm not recommending anything. I'm just showing you the facts as they present themselves. 8 numbers can be a very interesting net with only 4 tickets as opposed to 28 tickets, and that's sort of within the reach of most lottery players. Okay, so now we have another second prize. You can see the bonus in the single, double, and double. And that's what creates the second prize. And you can see the matches here, 2, 2, and 2. Okay. Okay, so we have 5 second prizes and 5 jackpots. Well, you can see it right here. Okay, and we're almost at the end. Oh, that's it. Test is over. We've tested 20 million tickets, approximately 20 million tickets, because I think it's a little bit under that. But there we go, 5 and 5. This particular draw had 0 and 3. Okay, I'm going to be doing this for a number of the draws. I don't have to go into the full explanation as I did before. You can pause this video at the 8-number WizNet, which is 4 tickets, and it will show you how to create your 4 tickets. If you're playing more than 4 tickets, you can try to create your own WizNet just using the same formula. It might be a little bit harder for you to calculate, but you can do it. I did create a small handheld computer printer that allows players to enter their numbers, and it will print out the tickets that you have to buy. The intention was that this was to be picked up by lottery vendors, and then also by agents that could post themselves at the lottery kiosks and create WizNets. But this is going to take a little bit of time because it's the machines are there. The problem is that people just don't understand this, so they're going to have to watch this over and over again. I highly recommend that you tell your friends about it, and maybe one day soon we will be able to have players that play the lottery way, and we'll also have enough players playing the WizNet way, and hopefully the WizNet way will be beating out the lottery method over and over again until eventually all players are playing the WizNet method. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, so we've got the 8 numbers in here. We've got the net, pair, 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 pair. This is the formula, 4 tickets in comparison to 28 tickets. This is our scale. We're at this point here, 4 for 28 tickets. You can see this is 8, so this one is 10, 12. Okay, 12 is actually a very good one. I've run a lot of tests with that. This is the one that sort of kicked off me developing all of these other tests, because there's 21 possible nets in here. So you just have to go from 8, 10, 12, 14, and just add 2 to it. Okay, so I've color-coded this for you to make it a little bit easier to follow what's going on. You would repeat the same thing for the larger nets. It would be a little bit harder to calculate. But the 4 ticket net is very, very good. Okay, it's covering 28 numbers. So our first ticket would be blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow. So you got 6 numbers here. That would be the first ticket. Blue, red, green. Blue, red, green. That would be your second ticket. Blue, yellow, green. Blue, yellow, green. That would be your third ticket. Red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green. And that would be your fourth ticket. These formulas are not dependent on the numbers. You can use any numbers whatsoever. All of these people that are saying this is an aging calculations, the numbers that have shown up the least, so they're bound to come up. The numbers that show the most, so the most frequent numbers. You can use those. You can use your own numbers, whatever you want, because the formula is not based on your numbers. It will work with any set of numbers. So I recommend you continue to do what the Lotto Corporation has been advertising. Use your favorite numbers. That's where your luck is going to come in. Okay, so let's say you're 1635, but let's say that your favorite number was 4635 and 16 over here. Well, that could have made the difference in between a jackpot and a second prize and what have you. This here is going to produce lots of smaller prizes like free tickets, all of the smaller wins, the 5-number win, the 4-number win, the 3-number bonus. I don't know if they have the 3-number bonus anymore. The 2, I think they have a 2-number bonus, and the 2. It's going to create tons of those prizes. It outperforms what I've seen in the results from the Lotto Corporation. The problem is, it's hard for me to say something about that because I don't know the actual number of tickets that were bought. If you need to get in touch with me, this is my email here. That's it for now. I'm going to do this for every draw in the next while, and you can sort of check the results to see how this performs in comparison to the official results.